A special moment with the coach of the Super Eagles, or the manager of the Super Eagles. Sorry, they say we shouldn't say coach. The manager of the Super Eagles, Austin Cerezo Owen Eguavoen. I'm one of the very few people who have the privilege to know how the name Cerezo came about, and I'm very, very proud of myself. Like, I have connections, okay? And that's a conversation that will come up another day, because it's already on a podcast that myself, Coach Emmanuel Babayaro had. We would bring it out when the time comes. But beyond that, in the last couple of months, and Coach, I'm going to send you an invoice on this matter. The reason why I will send you an invoice, I'll explain to you later. I've had everybody thinking, since we put out the film room video, that I now work as the PRO of Coach Austin Eguavoen. Coach, you will help me tell them that I don't work for you. Now, just what God wants, make it be, now be. All right, Coach, good evening and welcome to this moment with you.
Good evening, my man. It's always a pleasure and nice to be in your program.
All right, so Coach, let's say the ground running, and I'm going to tell you this. 3 days ago, I put out a video saying that Coach have agreed to have an interview with me. It's the first one you're having with me since you got the job. Okay, I remember asking you a question at the press conference in Cameroon, but apart from that, this is the first time we're having an interview since you got the job as manager of the Super Eagles. And I put out that video and I asked Nigerians who are fans of the Super Eagles and also fans of yourself. And I must say this, that this is the first time since I've been following the Super Eagles since like 1986 that Nigerians are really in love with the coach, the manager of the team. Because, let me be very honest here, people have praised you, supported you more than those who are criticizing you. Obviously, there are a few that are criticizing you, but a lot more people have praised you for your audacity, your boldness to take the job at the time you took it and do the things that you did at the AFCON, even though we didn't go far. So I decided they should also be the ones asking the questions. So there are questions that will come to you that might shake you a little bit. So I want to warn you ahead. Some questions might shake you a little bit, but you're a tough man. I mean, Zola can testify. You're a tough man, so I don't think there's anything that can shake you. But that said, let's see the ground running. Let's go straight. I want to ask some personal questions. Coach, somebody asked me this question, and I didn't have an answer. How many children do you have?
4 children.
All right. And do you have any, like, baby, or they are all grown up?
Two of them are really grown. The other one's it's in the middle, and the other one's about 4 or 5 years old.
So coach is very active. Coach is functional, right? Coach is the man. He's the man. He's the top man. Okay, so coach, me, nothing they shake me, nothing they shock me for this life, but you shock me. 2 times you shocked me. One was beating Egypt. I won't lie, I'm your man, but I wasn't expecting you to beat Egypt. I'm sorry, but I need to speak the truth. That one shocked me. Another thing that shocked me was this team list that you released. I have never ever in my life look at the team list and I'm like, whoa, this coach get hard to he bold. But then again, the way, so if you not get hard, you go get hard. Coach, what informed the decision to make this list for this Ghana team? What informed the decision?
They say beating Egypt is not, credit shouldn't go to me alone. Not I beat Egypt. We beat Egypt. There was collective effort. From a backroom staff. And we had to discuss at length and see what's the best strategy we can adopt and to come out victorious in that game. In fact, come out victorious in the games. We played, but it wasn't to be we lost. Along a whole lot of positives that we took away from that tournament. It's not about me, it's about the entire team, collective effort. Yes, on the present Super Eagles list, no one's above mistake, and we have to know that. And before I accepted, because I had no choice anyway to accept to go to lead it to Cameroon, because the owners for the mark table as technical director. And thank God we didn't do badly. We did well above average. And now the World Cup qualifier, the last lap of the World Cup qualifier, it's around the corner. And I want to thank a lot of Nigerians. Of course, there will be a lot of people there who are not in support of me. But I think majority are in support of me, and that's the good thing about it, because majority always win the vote. But believe in me, after some time, we can't say we get 100% support from everybody, but we'll get a reasonable number of support that will always encourage us to go on. And when I get this support, or when we get this support from our fellow Nigerians, it spurs me up. It encourages me to want to do more, not to disappoint them. Yes, like I said, nobody's above mistake. I didn't want to really call it a mistake. Now there's no really time. There's no friendly game. There's no window for friendly game also now. I've gone around to watch some league games, home and abroad. And I cannot tell the entire world what my 100% game plan is. I will tell you what I want you to know at this point in time. So if I now put all my plans on the table, all my cards on the table, I don't have a reserve, then that's not good for anybody. You know, I know what I want, and I want the best for the team. So people should try to understand and just accept and pray and encourage us now, not to distract and discourage us. But I know our people are still out there who are in support of me and my crew. I want to urge them to continue. I will not disappoint them. Coming to the list, yes. You know, I work with subordinates. I asked questions. We talked about it, and everybody had to give me his own list. I mean, all my assistants. I won't tell you who appeared on their list or who didn't appear on their list. That's the way I operate.
No problem.
But at the end of the day, I have the final decision. So I came up with that final decision with the list. I only have to just let them know that, listen, yes, A appeared on your list, but I didn't want A. B appeared on the list, I didn't want B, for XYZ reasons. And the good thing about it, we all understand, but I've carried everybody along. So the list you have seen there, I think finally came from me. But I would not tell you 100% what my plans are. No, I won't.
Okay, Coach, I need you to keep your plans to your chest. Don't tell me the most important thing I want is for us to beat Ghana and qualify for the World Cup. I'm going to be with you in Abuja for in Ghana for the Ghana game. That's how I support people. I support you to the end. I'm going to be in Abuja, and hopefully I will be with you in Qatar. But let's say the grand running, like I always say, you represent Nigeria, so Nigerians also have the right to ask questions. And let me be very honest, some of the questions might annoy you. They might not be right, but it's from their perspective how they see that they are putting it across. Maybe you just help them to respond as best as you can. Having said that, let's start with the in no particular order. There's a lot of them. I got 51 questions as I am sitting here. I'm not going to be able to ask all 51. I've told you guys before. I'm saying it. Coach, as a matter of fact, let me say it here so that people know. I told Coach that I want 1 hour with him. Coach said it's never going to happen. And you know, Coach is very principled. If you say yes, yes, yes is yes. Another thing I love about you, Coach, and I must give you credit for that, is every time you've given me time, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, exactly that time you are there. I don't know how you do it, but I know that I've interviewed a lot of people in Nigeria. They tell you one time and you wait for 5 hours, they are still not there. So thank you very much for that one. Only one thing I am fasting and praying that you will change, and a lot of people from the class of 94 will change. Make una dey pick una call. But let's get on to the conversation. Benaki, there's a guy called Benaki, and I like how he started this conversation. He said, "Hello, Coach Eguavoen. First, thanks for agreeing to this interview with Edafe. It's quite brave and noble of you to respond directly to the fans. Couple of questions for you. Number one question, Nations Cup postmortem. That's how I titled it. How would you personally assess the performance of the Super Eagles at the recent Nations Cup, considering you failed to achieve the level of performances you set in 2006, bronze medal, and in this case, the country's worst performance in 40 years at the tournament, despite you having a much more balanced team at your disposal?" That's his first question. I think I need you to answer that one, then I'll go to the next one and then the third one.
Yeah, well, it's a very good question. I personally felt bad. I'm very sure the team were not so happy as well. All we can do is to apologize. But if you didn't see a change in performance, I don't think I'll still be on the Eagles seat today.
True.
I'm very sure this guy that's asking this question now was quite pleased with the performance of the Eagles. Otherwise, he'll be one of those people who would vote Eguavoen out and technical crew out.
True.
And for the fact that we still had followers and they were very pleased and satisfied with the way we performed. For the fact that we lost in the round of 16 at this stage, it was Nations Cup. It was Nations Cup, we passed Nations Cup in quarterfinals. It was the first time being increased to 24. But even at that, I don't think we achieved what we wanted to achieve. Our target was to win the cup. Anyway, a worst case scenario finals. But human being proposes and God disposes. However, there was improvement in performance. Otherwise, I won't be sitting here, still, being retained as Eagles coach as of today. So, if you think about it, yes, what performance in the last 40 years, but it doesn't really reflect the way we play. So I'm quite satisfied with the performance. So there's always positive to be taken from that. And then we're going to try to go on and build fences and make sure we satisfy Nigerians and ourselves with the next games coming up.
And then talking about the next game, let's just jump into it. Benake went further down and he titled this one World Cup Qualifiers versus Ghana. He said, I struggle to understand your logic in selecting a table, in bracket, who hasn't played competitively in over 6 months. And Onaze playing in the second division of the Saudi Arabian League, a glorified retirement league, over Innocent Bonke, Laurent in French Ligue 1, who not only has more recency with the Super Eagles, but is a consistent starter with his club and has tons of Champions League and big game experience. Can you explain that for Benake?
Good. You see, a table I've worked with closely. Bonke, I haven't. And I have not had a chance to go sit in the stand in France to watch him play. He's in our plans, no doubt. Like I said, the table I've worked closely. I've watched him closely when he played for Siasia, on the 23, when he played for former coach Genebro, Super Eagles. I've interacted with him. I haven't said that. I met him in England as well. I didn't watch. I had to send Paul because I went to Belgium to watch the reserve games, on the 23 games, and he participated. And then he was listed among teams when they went to Old Trafford, to play against United about 2.5 weeks ago. But that fixture changed. He was supposed to be dressed, and he wasn't dressed. But he is fit. The table coming in now does not say a table will be in the starting 11. Now, all these verses that are coming, apart from the ones that are on standby, like the young one from Denmark now, it's an opportunity to watch them closely. We have 11 that will start. We have the ones that will stop there to see how far the fitness level is. The camp or the opportunity is still very wide open for everyone. The thing now is we don't need distractions. All we need is support to cross this hurdle. And there will be opportunity to bring in 1 or 2 or 3 players that we can say, okay, we can have a look at. But fortunately, COVID-19 has disrupted a whole lot of things. So there are no much windows to start trying players. That was why in our third game in Cameroon, having qualified, almost the entire team was changed just to have a look at other players who have not had a chance to play. If there were opportunity for people window, not for the COVID-19, because after this now, qualifiers for Qatar 2022 will start. After that, the World Cup proper will come. So if there is an opportunity within, I can guarantee you, we can play with another different 11, another different reserve 11. But the opportunity has not presented itself. So we have to manage the situation. We're keeping a tab on everybody. We're watching everyone. So the slightest opportunity we have to bring in somebody, we will do it. I'm not neglecting anybody. I can tell you that for a bottom of my heart.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.